We have a really negative stigma with feedback. We think that feedback is criticism. And part of the challenging thing about being able to listen to ourselves or listen to others is we have to be able to recognize our emotional response to information as it comes in, and then be able to distinguish between our emotional response and the mental story and attachment we have to that feeling because it's pinging on some sense of who we are and the actual feedback itself. Here's a simple example. Like this morning before class, I was downstairs and my partner said to me, do we still have this agreement that these are the things you're going to do? And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the thing. And, I watched my mind because I was like, I just listened and I was like, yes, I forgot. And yes, we do have this agreement, and I clarified. In the moment, not always easy to do that. And then what I allow myself to do later is then process my emotional response to that. So I have a story like, this is what this was about, or this is why this happened, or this is what I'm making it mean about something, or this is what I'm making it mean about her. All of that stuff is completely in my brain. None of it is actually what that person said to me or what actually happened. So to be able to distinguish these things, my emotional response, my mental story, however I have created a narrative about this, and what has actually happened. That is a skill. That makes it possible to have all kinds of communication, especially when things are difficult. It's not always easy or available to have that discernment in the moment. So one of the things that I suggest in cultivating practice is make your practice a place where you can sort through those thoughts and feelings. So rather than focusing on, I'm going to be enlightened in your meditation, or how still can I be now? That's a wonderful thing to do in practice, and it does eventually become the practice itself. But in the beginning, what happens is you sit down and all of your thoughts and feelings about all kinds of things show up for you. And what I encourage people to do is make that a conscious process to engage with your thoughts and feelings with some spaciousness, to not be drawn into the story so deeply that all you're doing is ruminating. We all know the difference between being in a loop and being flung into something else, right? Being propelled into something else. They feel very different qualitatively. And so when we allow ourselves in practice to investigate these thoughts and feelings, to look at them, to see, okay, what's the story that's coming up in my mind about this? What is the actual feeling that I'm having? What was the actual cause of my thinking, whatever caused this feeling? If I can break that down and separate it and look at it with a little bit of spaciousness, I have endless potency to approach the situation however I choose.